Hello, let's do the Netflix puzzled Starstruck for March 15th. We'll start with the easy. It's called S for Starstruck. Let's play. So the way we play this is in each row, each column, and each colored region, we need to place exactly one star. And also, stars can't touch each other, even diagonally. So a star here and a star here would violate that rule. Not allowed to do it. All right. So what's a good starting point here? We have a lot of straight lines here. Well, a lot is two. So a straight line, right? The star is going to be somewhere in gray, so it can't be in the rest of the row. That's not going to happen. And now this is a straight line, so it's going to be out of those. But also, this is a special one because it's a two-cell region that touch each other. And so these are out because they touch the entirety of what's left in blue. If there was a star here or a star here, we would not be able to put a star in blue. This is a straight line as well, so we can do that. Now this is a two-cell, so it's going to take from all of those because they all touch it. This top row is only brown, so we can actually get rid of the rest of brown because the top row is going to place a star somewhere in brown, so we can't have another star in brown. This L shape here, this cell here touches the entirety of it, so it's out. This next row here is only orange, but we kind of know that. But with only 3 left in orange, this touches all 3 of them, so we can take that out. This was down to 2. This is down to 1, so we can just place that star. And now there's only 1 left in green. That is out because of the 2-cell red, also, as well as these 2. And that places indigo and red and orange and not brown necessarily. Sorry, a little ahead of myself. That is true of the column, though, so actually that was true. Then we have blue and gray, and we're done. Okay. I would not call that one a plonker. You had to use formations. You had to notice certain things. Plonkers are like, there's only one place in this region. Now there's only one place in this region. Now there's only one place in the region. It just kind of finishes in 15 seconds. All right. Let's do the hard. It's called capital O. All right, so we have a trick they like to do here. They call it an X-wing in the hints. I would not call it an X-wing. I don't know what I'd call it. But anyway, we don't have to have a name for it. But basically, I'm going to pull out my my handy dandy lines here. And I'm going to draw this. I'm going to highlight this row. I'm going to highlight this column. I'm going to highlight this row. And I'm going to highlight this column here. This is like a really recognizable, especially when it's in the corners. But it can also happen like with any 2 rows and any 2 columns. So what am I talking about here? Well, I need a star in every row. I need a star in every column. So how many stars, based on the rows and columns alone, how many stars can I have? Like, what's the range? Well, I could have 4 stars. I could have 1 in the 2 rows, and I could have 1 per 2 columns. So that's 4. But I can't ever have more than 4. 4 is our maximum. Our minimum is actually 2. Because if I put 1 in this corner here, then that's the star for both this row and this column. So if I put it in a corner, then that subtracts 1 for how many stars we have. So I can do this corner and I could do this corner, and then we'd only have 2 stars in these rows and columns. So 2 to 4 stars based on the rows and columns. But also, if you notice, all of indigo has been highlighted, all of gray has been highlighted, all of blue has been highlighted, and all of green has been highlighted. And so I do need 1 star per colored region. So that is 4 stars. At least, right? Well, I guess at least is not something to say right now, but I need exactly 4 stars in those 4 regions. But 4 is the maximum for these 2 rows and these 2 columns. So the conclusion here is that these rows and columns are at their maximum just from these regions in the corners, meaning that the browns around it can't have stars. But it also means that we can't put stars in the corners, because if I put a star in a corner, I have fewer than 4 stars in those rows and columns, and I know I have exactly 4. So those are our eliminations. Now, how do we build off of that? Well, this touches both greens, but so does this. This sees this green and touches this one. And this sees this green and touches that one. This touches all of indigo. This touches all of gray, but also this does because it touches and sees the row, and this does because it sees the column and touches that. All right, and this sees all 4 of these. This is a 2-cell region. We can get rid of the row and the 2 above and 2 below. Do we have any more gimmies? Brown is quite limited. It could be here or it could be somewhere around here. Huh. anything? I'm going to really carefully scan every row just to make sure I'm not missing any like gimmies here. I feel like I'm out of gimmies. I need to make sure I actually pay attention to every row or I'm going to miss something. Okay, now I'm going to pay attention to every column. I know this takes some time, but I think it's time well spent. All right. Are we going to... Okay, I'm not seeing anything else to do there. So... what else can we say about this? Not rows or columns. Let's look at every region. There's not many regions. So even after finding that right away, it's still not an easy puzzle. That didn't trivialize it. Okay, there's one thing I want to think about. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but there's two ways that this border resolves. If we have a star here, then that eliminates these two, and that puts a star in one of these two, which eliminates that, which puts a star there, which eliminates those, which puts a star there. The other option, which I'm going to put in another color here. Let's just use red. Oh, I already did red. Let's use purple. No, blue. We'll use blue. Sorry. I don't know why that's so hard to decide. We could have a star here, which is going to look down, putting a star in one of these two, which is going to put a star here, which is going to put a star in one of these two. So that kind of represents the two worlds that could exist. If one of those worlds breaks something, that would be excellent. We would be able to make some conclusions there, probably. But I'm not really seeing much to do. Blue takes from here and from here. I wonder if that's a problem. The other thing I want to think about is like, oops, I'm still in blue. I'll go back to red. It's fine. I want to think about these three rows because they don't touch our border at all. So we need three. Okay, we need 3 stars. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, but this one thing here. I can't prove that this is always out. Okay, so what I was seeing is that we need 3 stars between these three, in these 3 rows. Between the 2 lines, we need 3 stars because 1 per row. And we're almost only orange, yellow, and red. But there's this one star that could really mess with things. Now, that one star would force blues to be true. Which, I don't know, doesn't seem like a problem. But it would force blues to be true. Which would put a blue there. That all like works. So that might actually be true. What about one of these two? Does one of these two have a problem? Not that I can tell. Okay, so I want to look at the columns as well. Oh, sorry. You know what? Yeah, let's just get rid of everything. I don't think what I've done has been useful so far. It's only 2 columns that don't touch our border. And we've got brown, orange, yellow, and red participating, so that's not helpful either. So what is going to be helpful here? What else haven't we looked at? I tried to scan the rows carefully. If I missed it, then that's sad. The only thing I really noticed was like this row, this like second to last row, must put a star in one of these 3. And then I think there was another row or column with something similar. Maybe it was this column, but this is a bit more open. But like this is three options. This chooses how the border resolves. This one would just be, we'll put a star here. Put a star here. Yeah, I'm just not seeing what to do with that. So what can we do? Tough one today. There's two left in this column. I mean, we kind of already represented that, but I'm just not seeing what to do with either of those. No. What am I missing? Maybe I need to think about like one of the ways this border resolves, like this one. I'm thinking about this one for a reason. Like if maybe we can prove that this is broken because it removes this yellow. So this is out. And also this is out from one of those two. This is kind of what I'm thinking about. Is like now yellow is in one of these two rows. It doesn't really do anything, does it? It actually takes out of here. Huh. This is out. Because it... Oh, no, yellow could go here. Never mind. It felt wrong to say that, but I couldn't quite figure out why. Like, this doesn't do anything. Oh, I guess it also... Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. I didn't even know that could drag. It takes out of here as well. So orange and yellow can't escape out of this area now, but I'm not sure that that's helpful. These are out. This is out, and this is out. This is out. So just doesn't seem helpful. There's got to be like, is there something trivial I haven't noticed? What is it? What haven't I paid attention to enough? This places that. Oh, this is just always out. Okay. Because we either have, I guess an easy way to put it is this forces a star here and a star in one of these two, right? It's whichever way the border goes, this is out. Is that true here as well? No, because this can escape here. But this yellow is out, so we're in one of these two. We're in one of these two. I'm not sure how much that helps. Kind of wanted to star there. All right. Seeing that doesn't seem to have like... I mean, this almost eliminates from brown. So maybe the thing to think about is if this brown were true, what's the consequence? Well, we remove all of these. And so this has to be in, which removes all of these and this one. So that's in. Oh, and that breaks. Okay. Well, that's a look ahead, but I don't know what else to do. So the basic concept here is a star here, eliminates from these two and from these in the row, leaving just one place for a star in yellow. But this eliminates this, and this eliminates this. So there's actually nowhere to put a star in red. Another way we could put that is a star in any of these spots in yellow directly eliminates from brown. The only other option is a star here, eliminates from here, putting a star here, which eliminates from brown. So it's still a look ahead, but this brown is out. Now, that does mean that brown is down to these two or these two, which does eliminate from here. I wish I had a cleaner solve for you guys, but I don't. Now, I need to really think about the consequence. Okay, with this brown out, this row can only put it in yellow. So the rest of this yellow is out, and these three do eliminate from here because this touches all three of what's left in yellow. Now, with these three out, there's got to be a consequence, right? Maybe this row, one of these two. So if it's one of these two, this is out because it touches the two left in this row. So we're either here or here. Is there anything else to say about this? We have a bunch left in this column. Never mind. This column is down to 2. It's either this indigo or this brown, which that's a 2-cell region, so it takes out from here and here. And so, does that help me? I took out from, see, this is down to 3. Okay, I see something interesting here. I'm going really off the rails, but it's fun, right? You don't have to be optimal. If we put a star here or a star here, that's going to eliminate all the rest of orange, right? This star here eliminates from here, putting a star here. So it's kind of by proxy also here, which would eliminate this orange. So this orange is never in, and that's hopefully useful. So no matter where the star goes in this column, that gets eliminated. That means in this column, we're down to just these two. Does that do anything for me? I'm not sure. This column's these 3. Is there maybe a row that's helpful at this point? This has 3 left. Two left here. I think we looked at that. 2 left in yellow. This is still hanging on. There's got to be something I didn't notice about this puzzle. The only way this is in is if that's in. Because these two eliminate from here. Three left in brown. What can I say? One of these, either of these two would eliminate from here, but this doesn't seem to, does it? It does. Okay, so we have another look ahead here. It's all I've got left, sorry. We're looking at what's left in brown here. This eliminates from here. This eliminates from here. What was I seeing? Oh, maybe I wasn't quite. Oh, no, I was seeing it. Oh, sorry, it's this column. Sorry. No, it was this guy. Yeah. This one eliminates from here, which leaves only one place in yellow, which also eliminates from that same cell. So we're whittling away, but that's not in. That leaves 2 left in this column. No traditional eliminations from that. This is the silliest solve. I don't know what else to do, though. There's some global consequence that I haven't noticed, probably. "17 minutes. Maybe it's this column. Yeah. That would be quite the look ahead. I don't think we need to do that, do we? Right. Earlier, what I was seeing with this yellow is that gray and indigo line up horizontally. So that eliminates from the rest of these. I just noticed that. I don't think there's any other lineups though. Like these little wings here, this little wing here, I need to eliminate it. Because then I can line up the indigo and the green and we're off to the races. Well, I can say that a star here puts a star here. Oops. Oh, this is out because of this here, right? Indigo always eliminates from indigo, and then this is the same row. So this is out for what it's worth. This would eliminate these two, giving us this. Okay, so one of these two would eliminate that. This, no, it's the opposite. It would give us that, which gives us that. There's going to be like a touching thing that I haven't seen. One of these two. It's these wings. Very frustrating wings. Is this always out? Hold on. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm seeing. I saw something weird. Now, I'm thinking about the consequence wrong, but what I was thinking about is this eliminates from here, but it also forces that, which also eliminates from there. So that's really not anything useful. Okay, that's probably why it wasn't useful. Down to these two. This eliminates from these two. This eliminates from this one. It also eliminates from that one through green. So this eliminates that and that, forcing the green. That's fine. That aligns with the normal way to do it. Do they all eliminate this orange? These kinds of look aheads are kind of hard to see, but if I draw it out, it might be easier. This is what I'm thinking. This directly eliminates the orange, so that's easy. Any of these two eliminates this guy, which forces this one. Right, so we don't even have to do it through these two browns. We can do it through this column. This guy eliminates him, placing him. If that's not placed, then this is placed by this column, which eliminates. So whichever one of these is going to eliminate that orange. Right. Another easy way to put that is we have a star in one of these two, and we have a star in one of these two, and those line up in these two rows. And so this is out. Okay. So now we're down to these two. Eliminating this, what does that do for me? That's the question. The column, maybe? This or this? This column's down to these two. And this column's down to these two. And they're so we're either gonna okay. I don't know if this conclusion is useful, but we definitely have a star in one of these two, and we definitely have a star in one of these two. Because we can't be in both of these, and we can't be in both of these. And so this column needs a star in one of these two, which determines the star in one of these two. So, and they're opposite. This would go here, this would go here. So one of these two and one of these two has a star. Do either of those have a consequence? We already knew about orange, but this yellow-red having to have one star might be helpful. One but not both. I don't know. This column is one of these two. So if that's in, then that's in. I don't know. Okay. That is a star, that is a star. I want there to be a consequence of that, but I don't see it. One of these two? How am I not seeing how to continue here? We know that that lines up with that. We know that's in one of these two. Are there any vertical lineups I haven't noticed? This gray or one of these three? Oh boy. I'm like going crazy here. Need to scan very carefully. One of these two, 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 one of these four, one of these two. Rows, one of these two, one of these two, one of these three. I want there to be something, but one of these two, one of these two, one of these two, one of these two, one of these three. I mean, it's not trivial, as far as I can tell. I feel like there's like there's probably what's happening here is there's two possible solutions, and one of them has two stars touching. That's the only thing I can think of. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my colors again, and I'm going to draw the two border options. We either have this star, which eliminates from there, which places here, which eliminates from there, which places here, eliminates from there, places in one of these two. What other consequence do these have? Can we spread it to the rest of the grid? You'd think there'd be something. This is out. So we'd have it in one of these two. That lines up with the orange. That's okay. Oh, so this is out. So we'd have it here. Because these are the only two browns left. And so that eliminates from there. So now we get that star. We get that star, which actually means we get this star. This is an act of desperation, by the way. In case you didn't notice, we have that star, and then we have that star. So I do believe this is the solution. I don't see any stars touching. So I 50-50 chance I picked the correct solution. So let's find out why the other one doesn't work then. This is the other one. It puts a star here, and here, and here, and here. What other consequence do we have here? So in this row, we get here. Right, also for orange, we get, oh, this just, okay. So there's something to do with these two yellows that clashes. Now, is there an easy way to see that? So basically what's happened here is our starting circle here eliminated from this, and then the eventual consequence here eliminated from here. And I do not see a good way to prove that. But basically, whichever star in yellow is going to eliminate from that. So maybe we should think about that. So this star eliminates this guy. Now, how does this star eliminate it? It eliminates from there, placing this one, which eliminates from there, placing this one. Okay. So maybe just like having the visualization of the two ways the border resolves is the way to do that. But that is a bit nutty. But it does mean that this is always out, and then that gives us the other solution we had. So we get that one, we get that one, we get that one, and then that eliminates from here because one of these two is in. And so we get that one, and that one, and that one, that one, and that one, and we're done in 28 minutes. All right. A little bit of a desperate solve, a little bit of a desperate solve. I don't know what else to say there, except, yeah, crazy one. I don't know. I don't know that that has a clean path to it. I think it has to do with like just really paying attention to the two ways that the border can resolve, which didn't cause any like immediately obvious contradictions either way, or immediately obvious like eliminations from both. So I don't know. I don't know what the right way to approach that puzzle was. That was weird. Anyway, otherwise I'd do it again and I'd show you like a cleaner way, but I don't know. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do?